Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Divine Panther Presents. Today, the team has been assembled to discuss Your Honor and its new direction, apparently, with season 2, episode 6, Lover's Return, maybe. Let's see where this thing is going. I don't even know. Stacey, what you got for this episode?
I'm confused. I thought the lover was a young black man, not an old black man. So why then the Baxter still haven't paid? Like, he had the opportunity to take the shot. He was talking all that crap. He had a little bass in his voice and everything. And he didn't take the shot. And then he left his book bag and his comic books. That irritated me for some reason.
Adam, instead of taking pictures,
it irritated me too, Stacey. I was so mad. Like, I was yelling at the TV, like, seriously, you just gonna leave the bag, like,
with all the not photographic, drawn evidence, of all the crimes.
Yes. Yep.
It had your name on it.
Yes.
He drew his own headstone. It was like, just in case anyone finds it, I don't want to leave no mysteries. I
was like, oh, okay. And then the cop that shot him is supposed to be the mayor's boy, I guess.
Yes, but he's also the crooked cop who's now that killed Robin.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the gay dude?
Yeah, he's the one getting his dick sucked for money. I mean, for drugs. Yes. Let's just get
Why
into
did it have to go that direction?
Why did it have to go
you know
that
what?
Stacey, don't ask that question, because the fact you ask the question, you know what David's now going to do, right? David, the whole video going to be like, because just hurry up and get it over with, Dave. Just do it. Just do it.
Al Perry wrote this episode or something.
For you, Chris.
Like, I feel like Tyler Perry's secretly involved in the background of these shows. Like, you know what we need? We need ass fucking. I'm surprised he didn't say he was getting raped.
Right.
Like, I guess since he was doing it for the drugs, then coercion.
Coerced. I had to do other things. What? You know what I'm talking about.
Like, I would have sobered up real quick if that's what I had to do to get the drugs, or at least got a job so I can afford to buy my own drugs.
Right? I mean, if you're willing to commit yourself, you can make a whole job. Like, why are you still working at the 7-Eleven? Like, you don't have to work at the 7-Eleven. I mean, you got options now. It's a whole new world that's opened up to you as you've opened up. But I don't want to go too hard. It was just
wait a minute.
Yes, he did.
You didn't see that coming, Kim?
He did.
Oh shit! Never mind. I shouldn't have said those words. Ah, damn it.
Damn. I was like,
wow, Chris. Okay.
I just gave him a layup.
Since I don't know why you let me do this. So let's go back. We gotta go back. Season 1, episode 9. I wish we could do season 1, episode 9. Go. You will see the previously on. And they show this scene that was not previously on, where fucking mother-in-law and detective are looking at photos, Robin's last photos, and they show a photo of a black man like this with a fucking hat on, and they say these are known drug gangsters, and they're like, she must have been scared. It implies that this young man who looks very, and younger, I mean, but at least you can't see his face, but not this old ass reporter that we're fucking looking at right now. She was fucking some thug in the hood, period. And we did a whole video of her getting that thug dick, and apparently they just said, forget all that.
Scratch. Let's erase that off the
because it wasn't even in the episode. I spent an hour looking for this scene. I was like, wait. I was like, damn it. It was not in the scene. And then I watched our video and I said, that shit wasn't even in this. Fuck this show. I was so mad. I was mad all over again. I was like, damn it.
Maybe it got cut in editing, and on the previously on, they forgot to take it out.
Chris, we did a whole Go ahead,
We
Chris.
did the whole thing about that, Ken. We said editing, and we blame COVID. I think too. We're like COVID, and they just got like they forgot about it.
Oh yeah, because I clicked on your when y'all sent the episode 9 from last year. I clicked on. I watched. That was so funny.
I was like, what is happening?
You were very upset. Yes.
I was like, this don't make any sense. None of this.
I forgot about the whole detective thing. That's why, like, when what's this, episode 6? So it was the episode 4. I guess when it was Rosie Perez was like, okay, get him. He's like, I want to talk about your wife. I was like, why? And then it wasn't until you told me to look at our review of episode 9. I was like, oh yeah, she did. Randomly, they said previously on who are these people in the thing. I'm like, oh, that's some bullshit. Like, we didn't get that.
That's the thing. It's like a new story has opened up, and I'm like, I don't give a shit. But okay, if this is what you got to give us, because the story with Adam and the Baxters and all that, I mean, a lot of it is just, come on, man. Like, they didn't need this season. Jeez, they just didn't.
I would have much rather watched the story about the dead wife. I didn't do it. Maybe her lover did. It turned out to be dirty cops.
But you're right. Season 2, that's what it's going to be about. He gets out of jail, right? He gets out of jail, and then all of a sudden, someone comes to him and says, "You know what? Your wife's murder. Well, I know who did it, right?" And he's like, "What?" And then that's when the whole story starts again. You know what I'm saying? They could have done that.
No,
and had the Baxter story going on
yes.
too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that should have been season 1. Fuck Adam. Fuck the car accident. Fuck all that. This should have been the story, because this is much more interesting. Much more interesting, because I don't want to see Adam fucking the sister of his murder victim. Like, that's too much. Like, we were like, what? He gave no fucks. And I was like, this is not well, apparently he did give a fuck, and now he got a son.
But Adam was But Adam was an asshole at the end of the day. We do realize that, right?
Yeah. He was a psychopath. That fucker.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm sorry. Stacey, Kim, anything else? What are your thoughts of this episode and the new direction? Because clearly it's a new direction. Yes.
Yeah. So, like I said, I just said what I felt that it should have been. But yeah, it's a new direction. This story, and this could be still good if they just keep going, right? Keep moving forward with the storyline and just make it compelling. All right. But I just feel like it's gonna fall short. It's just a woman knew too much and they killed her, right? I mean, what else do you need to investigate? We know it's the cop who's a dirty cop. So now what? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, now
you don't know what other victims he had out there.
So now is Mike and his mother-in-law gonna be like tracking down this along with Costello?
I guess. I mean, I would rather see that than Rosie Perez, is what I'm saying.
Absolutely. I don't want to see her at all anymore. I'm done with her. So I think hopefully she's done, right?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. If they're gonna do it, but to me, it doesn't make any sense to have Michael do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, now he's gonna be like, he was a judge. Now he's a detective. Like, what?
Actually, technically, the mother-in-law is a detective.
No, he was a detective. Remember season 1, he did the whole thing. He looked down the hallway. He was like, there's no way they could have shot into this house. Yep. Yeah, he's been a detective.
Yeah, so he's always tried to be fair, right? So he goes to weird things happen to see it for himself because he wants to be fair about his judgments, right? I get that. Okay. But I'm just saying, like, oh my God.
Well, this episode, actually, the mother-in-law did all the work, because when they went to the 7-Eleven, woman wasn't talking to Mike about shit. Like, it was the mother-in-law who was like, do you have children? I'm a mother.
Because she softened her. That's what she did. That's what women do. We soften the other woman because we talk about kids. Okay.
Well, so when KJ showed up, it was her again who was like, would you? No. Wait, no, we got back up to this because this irritated the fuck out of me. When KJ walked in, that's her mother. Who the fuck is her? How is it everyone in the hood already knows who her is? Like, I'm like, that's her fucking husband. Okay, got it. Because there's only one her. Like, there's only white girl in the hood. Like, did we miss
She's
a whole
the only white
conversation?
woman that hangs out in the hood.
Yeah. I was like, damn it.
At that particular convenience store, yeah.
I couldn't understand how everybody just knew who her was and she was. It just, fuck it.
Pronouns
Anyway,
are the
I'm
new
sorry, Javon.
names.
What you got? What you got for this episode? New direction, please.
Okay. I think let me start off by saying Bryan Cranston might deserve an Oscar for this role.
Please.
For this episode.
Why?
Because when he got in that car and he's telling the mother-in-law, you know, everything that has just happened, you know, truthfully, not holding anything back, right? And she just flat out says, okay, so we're gonna go and see the guy right now. And he turned and gave her that, what the fuck? Like, face. I was like, oh, that's an immigrant. Like that, like, yes.
Because the mother has balls.
And he gave her that look all throughout the episode, like, I'm being held hostage. Like, why are we doing this? I don't care. Like, I've let it go. I've come to peace with it. You need to now too. Like, I understand that this is supposed to be metaphorical of them working through the loss of both of them losing a child. And then, like, at the end of the episode, I'm like, you have a great grandchild. I was like, oh, she's just now finding out? I thought she'd been new. Like, I was like, I guess I don't care about the show enough to know that she still didn't know, but I don't know. As far as Eugene goes, I wanted to reach through the TV and say, if you're not going to do it, then I will. Like, just like, I don't, it didn't make any sense at all. Like,
none. He should have shot him in the face.
There's no logical reason. I'm like, more people, he just said all these people have died for no reason. Now he's basically saying more people are gonna die because I didn't do it.
Yes.
Yep.
That's my problem with that. Like, Lil Mo got his ass whooped and almost got murdered trying to save Eugene. Big Mo is a girlfriend. Be specific. Girlfriend will get murdered because Eugene didn't take the shot, because Gina ain't fucking around. Like, what now that she knows that this fucker's still alive, she will kill the Big Mo's girlfriend. Absolutely.
Okay.
Like, what's up?
The scene where I guess Joey, what's his name? The crackhead.
Oh, Joey.
Yeah.
Chopper Hanks. What's his name?
Yeah, Chet Hanks.
So you're cutting drugs in full view that somebody can just walk by and see you and peek through the screen, see you cutting drugs and see, a kid that's supposed to be in hiding. Why did that irritate me so bad? And he's standing there like this with a camera and nobody noticed.
Exactly. It was irritating. That was ridiculous. You
can see him driving down the street, possibly like, something like it would make more sense than you going to the crack house and being like,
do you see the white man at the window? Do you see the white man at the window with the phone? Like, did you? Hey, wait a minute. These are the same thugs who drove from Houston to New Orleans and didn't notice that someone was following them, like, in a truck the whole time. Like, so they're not the best at this. Yeah. But to your point, that's plot convenience. Plot convenience drove everything in this episode.
Yep.
Reporter boyfriend happened to be home because somehow Mike knew his new address because he said he moved because he wanted to be alone and isolated after losing the love of his life and all this other bullshit. But somehow Mike knew exactly where he lived and was like, hey, guy, how's it going? Yeah, I was dicking your wife. You knew that, though, right? Yeah, let's just talk about it. Then we're each other's alibi. So if because both of us somehow
they spent the night together.
Somehow they know fucking Robin's time of death and knew that both of them were talking to each other at the very moment that the love of their lives was being murdered.
And there's a picture of them on camera. Remember that?
Where did the camera come from?
Where'd the camera come from? So apparently at his old place, I guess where he used to live, they had security cameras, but not at the cabin that he owns now. And the report, as I think I was talking to Jamadi, we're never gonna see that reporter again. But somehow he doesn't go, we need to work together because we loved her so much that now we're gonna put our issues aside to find out the man who killed the love of our lives. I was like, none of that happened. He just like, yeah, bro, I didn't.
Well, that guy's gone. He probably got another show to go to.
The stupidest part of the episode is he calls Nancy up, the person who hates him the most, and says, I think I know who did. It's one of your own. Can you come to the police station? I'm on my way. No, that's the last place I'm gonna go.
Right.
Wait, the fact that she even listened and was like, sure, Mike, the man who lied to me in the whole investigation and I put in jail. Sure, I trust
you. How do you know that Costello is not in on it with the dirty
ones?
How do you not know?
Because
you know what I mean? You honest. Don't know.
You're so honest, you arrested me. So it can't be you. But this is a whole other storyline we're gonna get into. I was like, but again, much rather deal with this than the fucking RICO act that Perez was
no, that's coming because these guys that came in and went the ports are from New York.
Yes.
Perez is from New York, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interconnected.
Yeah. All right. You're right.
So she's coming back.
You're
and
right.
I'm like, what exactly is this whole deal with the fentanyl? We're cutting it, and the little kid died. Nobody cares except for the older brother. But
how did the little kid get back in when the brother put him out in the first place? Who let him back in? I thought
he was a dealer, not a user. So why is your brother on the product in the first place? But somehow you're like, wow. As drug dealers, we sell drugs that might kill people. I didn't even know that. I need to really reflect on what I'm doing with my life. Like, you are fucking drug dealers. Like, that's what you do.
But how? But that doesn't tell me how.
It's all off camera.
Put his little brother out, and then all of a sudden
he just said she got a hold of the balloon. I don't know because fentanyl it's poison, it's toxic. It's not that he could have not been a user. They just said he got a hold of the balloon. So if he touched it and there was, enough touch residue, it could put you into shock. And if there's nobody around to, apply the naloxone, you can overdose off of touch contact and never ingest it.
So to Kim's point, I think when she says, okay, team, how are we supposed to solve this problem? And their answer was just cut it a lot. And dilute it so it's not as powerful. Then they made balloons. I want to say that at some point I saw a table full of balloons, which is what they were doing.
Yeah, they did. It was like brown balloons.
So when you saw, that's the answer. They chopped it up, gave it to their dealers, including his brother, and maybe to Jamani's point, whether he touched it or took it, he died. But we never see them actually give the drugs to the dealers to go do their thing. Not in our neighborhood. We go kill people in the other neighborhoods, so they can't trace it back to us.
And then why they didn't have gloves on, right? And fentanyl, like Jamani said, is extremely toxic. Yeah. It can't get into your bloodstream through your fingers, right? Yeah. Why didn't anybody have gloves on or anything?
It's a show.
A mask.
Or a mask.
A mask, right, Stacey? A mask or something. I was like, wait, what?
You're asking for too much realism. Let's just go with the brothers did. But Eugene not killing Carlo, I wanted Carlo to pull out a gun and shoot Eugene. Eugene should have been murdered in this episode because if you guys didn't watch us as much as you do and like on the video, I would be done with this show. Like, we would stop reviewing this show until the end and just wrap this thing up in one episode because this was bullshit. The Baxters are not going to pay. And the only reason I was watching, because I thought Eugene still wanted the Baxters to pay. But he said, fuck all that. I'm just going to walk to the bus stop and just get on the bus. But Kim.
I have a question.
What's up?
So if someone's looking for you, right?
Right.
And you have on a hoodie.
Huh?
Wouldn't you put the hoodie on to kind of cover your face?
Just in case?
It made no sense to me that he's hiding from people going, who could be after him. And he never once thought, let me put my hoodie on. What?
Or wipe your face because any normal person,
Yes, clean yourself up.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Someone would have been like, "Yo, wait a minute, something happened here," and I don't think you ain't getting on my bus because I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Like little black boy,
none of that
like,
happened.
You need to go somewhere else. And he walked after getting into a make. How did the car accident even happen? Because they were following
Joey ran right into them.
But that doesn't make sense because they were following plot convenience. They were following them, and that means they went around, figured out where they were going, and then did the calculation so they can come up and then hit him. I'm like,
why did it hit him so hard? Like, you just tap him so you can get out.
From the back. You tap him from the back, so they spiral, they crash. He hit him like this. I'm like, this doesn't. And then he conveniently dies because nobody likes this dude. So it's like, let's just kill him off now. So then he wasn't wearing a seatbelt, so he magically dies. But I think you were talking about this. At this point, Eugene has to understand that he's about to cause Giovanni more deaths. Like now everybody's fucked. And I'm
rethinking it now. I'm thinking that he kept him alive out of respect for Big Mo, because he knew that from what he tried to do when he tried to do it and failed before, how much blowback that came on her for that. If he did it this time, they killed everybody in his family. They're gonna kill everybody involved with Big Mo, maybe even people in her family. And he's saying to her, "What about your sister?"
That doesn't make sense because you're trying. I hear you.
Yeah,
but
you're really reaching.
You're really reaching, bro. Because he had to know Carlo was going to go directly back to his family and be like, Eugene is still alive.
No, I'm not saying go back, because I'm saying if he killed them, right? If he killed them, the two cars, one car belongs to Desire, is there at the scene where Carlo died. So those two would be married together,
Okay, I hear you. Because if shot in head Carlo is in front of a Desire member, it ain't too hard to put two and two together. I see your point. But Eugene, kill Carlo. You gave when he started talking, I knew Carlo was going to be fine. When he started giving the speech, I was like, this is classic. He's giving the whole monologue. He's walking away. Like, he's walking away from this shit. Like, so the show has said, fuck season 1 in every way.
At least the gun should have jammed.
Huh?
I said at least the gun should have jammed.
That would have been something. After a car accident like that, I would have understood. The gun jammed, he can't do it. But to say he just said, no, I'm the bigger man, I'm just gonna crawl, I'm just gonna limp my ass away. I was like, stop it. If the cops would have came and he was like, I can't shoot you now because cops are here, and then he runs away, that's something. But I'm like, I'm not that dude. I can't do it. I gotta go.
Well, like what Kaiwan said, he said, but he wasn't a killer deep inside. He understood family. I think that's true too.
He pulled the trigger before, so
yeah, he did. But remember, he killed someone that he shouldn't have killed, and he's got guilt.
Which is all the more reason he should have killed this dude, because he already got a body on it.
But he's guilty about that body. So
and he's only guilty because he didn't kill the right person. Now you have the right person.
They're just stressing this shit out.
Yeah, they really are.
Now
wait a minute, and let me ask y'all this too. So you're standing by the bus, like I said, no hoodie on. Everybody sees your face, right? Everybody looking at you. And a cop just has a silencer and shoots you from afar. In your shoulder, you go down. And I was like, so how was he that accurate from afar? I'm assuming from afar.
He's been practicing. Remember the cops were assassinating people, right?
Yeah, that's right. And he apparently he was the leader or whatever, who this whole crew of dirty cops. But to your point, we are taught shoot your target in the head or make an effort.
That's why I was like, why would you shoot him in his shoulder?
Like
maybe he missed.
Maybe he missed with the heart.
It's gonna go clean. It's gonna go clean through. And then
but your heart is like kind of in the heart is not on. It's like in the middle, kind of.
Really
on your.
Yeah, but he missed it. He didn't calculate the trajectory of the wind and interference and resistance and all that.
But it's ridiculous now because Eugene's gonna be alive, and I'm gonna be annoyed.
He's fine. He's fine.
And arm swing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Once it gets out, I think I'm sure we said this somewhere in season 1. Like Mike should just adopt Eugene and be like, "You're the true son I always wanted," and we're just gonna move on in life because Adam brought us together, really, right? Like, and we can just be a family. Also, fuck season 1. I love how the mother-in-law went from who is this bitch at my dead daughter's table? Who's this woman who thinks she's gonna move into my family? Remember? I mean, she was shitting all over Lily. Now she's like, you know, my daughter didn't give a fuck about you, right? I mean, you know, she wasn't happy. I mean, she was getting that black dick, right? So clearly she didn't want you. But anyway, let's just see. Like, I'm like, what happened? What happened to y'all were the family that she always wanted? Now he's like, nah, she was never happy. Yeah, of course
I told her not to marry you.
I told her like you weren't shit. What? Who wrote the?
No. I didn't take it that she thought he wasn't shit. I took it as she knew her daughter wasn't genuinely in love with Michael, and she shouldn't have married him. That's how I took it.
That's not.
How old was Robin?
Exactly. Because
the mother-in-law and him look the same age.
Actually, Robin was quite old, and you can barely see her face in that one photo that she took with her, you know, big dick black lover's hat. And because she took it with her lingerie on, and I was like, she should have been fucking 2 black men, the reporter and the drug dealer. And the drug dealer got murdered by the dirty cops. Like, let's bring this shit together. Then reporter found out that he wasn't the only black penis that his girl was getting, so he actually did kill her. Because he thought he was special and that, you know, she was going to run away with him. But then Tyrone was getting it. And she's like, I can't have Tyrone getting it. I don't know. Tyrone just sounds like a name.
Maybe KJ was getting it.
Oh, it was Kate. No, KJ was already full. His dance card was already full.
Wow.
Okay.
He can't be the only one fucking for drugs. I cannot believe that. There's got to be other victims in the fucking hood. It's got to be a few others. Little Mo. I want to see Little Mo was also getting it. That's because remember, it was that cop that called Little Mo and told Little Mo to get someone to go steal that car. That was him. So it could have been that he was fucking Little Mo in one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, hey, you belong to me.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just trying to put all this together. I'm just trying to make a story out of this shit because I don't know what's happening or why it's happening.
When I was watching the episode and the mother-in-law is giving all the reasons for why their relationship failed, I thought she was gonna, you know, being to the fact that he's living with her now, I thought she was gonna blame it on the house, a la The Watcher, because
oh no, but I mean, perhaps it she just took it too well. It was just very, very weird, and I was like, this is a very different storyline than what we saw in season 1. Let's get to Jimmy and his misdirected anger. I was like, damn. Frankie is the only henchman he has, and he whooped the straight shit out of this dude because Grandpa punked him out to a degree that I was like, how's this? I have zero respect for Jimmy. I've lost all respect for Jimmy Baxter. All.
Why did you respect him in the first place?
When he killed that bird in season 1, I was like, oh, he ain't nobody to fuck with. But then, no, I'm just kidding.
Kill a bird, like what?
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We've all said Gina is the brains and the muscle behind this organization.
Yes.
I mean, she definitely is.
She's the head bitch in charge.
All this shit, and he's like, you know, but yeah, he should have whooped Grandpa's ass. I mean, just to be like, look, I'm not gonna.
He could have just knocked him down, but like, and he would have fell and broke his hip.
Just mushed him, and he would have been like, ah.
Yeah, but Gina would have put a bullet in his head. Don't touch her dad.
Yeah, she would have. She got daddy issues. But I did like though that Daddy was right though when he's like, don't talk shit. Like you ain't no better than me. Okay, like you are a gangster and you need to accept that shit. So I did like that part. I did like that part. But he totally humiliated him later, and he's too old and too small for that shit. Like I'm like this don't look realistic.
It's frail. Like he is frail. This dude is like shake. I was like, wow.
Look here, son.
And then he was holding him, and I was like, okay, your hand is just.
I bet you Jimmy was holding his hands on him. He was like, here you go. All right, you ready? Go. you're hurting me. I'm scared of you. I'm just gonna walk away now. I was like, nah, but better casting, please. Better casting.
Yes, please.
Sylvester Stallone with some steroids would have been better in this scene. Like I would have understood that. If he was getting out, yes, I would have been like Sylvester Stallone at his current age, but still with his wannabe muscles. Yes, that makes sense. That makes sense. Chris, I'm sorry. I see your phone. What's going on, man? Get in on what you got for you. What we got for the episode, bro?
Oh, no, my bad. No, I got a little distracted. No,
you checked out a long time.
I'm just
be here with us.
I'm just confused. I thought the wife was a photographer, but then they made it seem like she was reporting on crooked cops. So so when she was trying to meet with KJ, it just kind of seems rather weird. I'm wondering, to your point about the guy with the red hat, maybe there really is a guy with the red hat. And what I mean is, we don't know who the other.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, we don't know. Remember, it's like, oh, that wasn't you on the phone. Oh, he wasn't talking to you on the phone.
Also, yeah.
That maybe she had a couple lovers,
right?
So, and maybe he drives an Escalade that went. Oh,
I knew it. Come on, Chris.
Maybe.
No, but that's the storyline now. Who was on the phone? It wasn't the reporter. It wasn't KJ. Like, they're trying to tease this bullshit out. Like, we're supposed to be interested. But to your point, though, they never established she was just a amateur photographer who just loved to take pictures of the hood. Like, that's who she was. Now all of a sudden she worked for a newspaper or some shit, and she worked for this, for this criminal reporter writer, and like they were a team. That's how they're framing it now.
So wait, isn't her lover an actual reporter? So wasn't she I thought she was working with him. She would do photography for his articles.
That's what I'm saying. That's the story now, that she was the photographer for him. That's what I'm saying. But that's not what season 1 was. Season 1
season 1, she just did it for artsy stuff. She wasn't working with no photography.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They just made some shit up. I thought that priest was kind of cringy, talking to Fia the way he did. And I get it. He's trying to be young and hip and be like, hey, atheists should love me too. I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of, I don't know how Joey even knew about the whole thing with Eugene. Because if I remember from the first season, Joey, like when he ran away, he was kind of like when he started to get cracked out. How did he know at that point that Carla was looking for Eugene? Like, in the sense of, like, how did he know that Eugene maybe even was trying to kill Carla, right? Because Joey was already out of his friend's life.
Yeah.
Which was kind of present when when Carla was beating his ass, like, what are you doing here? Type deal. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't understand how he shouldn't even know who Eugene was, really.
Well, they put word out on the block when they were looking for him. So it was like everybody knew that he was wanted.
They knew what he looked like. Nah, I ain't buying that. Not especially not no white, especially a white boy. I mean, maybe Desire. Maybe.
But wasn't Joey at the hotel? Wasn't Joey at the hotel when Adam got shot?
No.
He's been gone.
Yeah.
Remember, he was starting to get drugged up, which is why they were trying to clean him up when they put him on the stand and all that other crap. So he was kind of out of life. I just thought that was kind of weird, small little piece of information. And like you said, David, just for him to all of a sudden go bye-bye. At least I'm assuming they went bye-bye, because I noticed when the cops arrived, I didn't see his body. They didn't show the car with his body out there. So I don't know. Maybe he's in a coma, because I thought he was dead at the end of the first season. And he was still, so I don't know. Maybe he's still alive here.
Lamar.
He looked a little dead. He looked
quite.
I thought he was. Hey, Lamar, like you just said, Lamar.
It can't be done. It can't be done.
That is true.
They
can't. No one ever really dies. We all saw Eugene's pictures coming back to haunt. We saw that coming after the whole school thing. So this nigga put his actual full name on that joint, on that RIP. I can't get over that joint. He put Eugene Jones, art restaurant. Like, really, dude. Obviously he's not dead. He got shot in the shoulder. Baxter should have paid, but he I don't know. Like you said, David, the moment he said this speech, I was like, damn, he ain't Baxter's aren't going to pay. He's starting the speech. So one thing, matter of fact, I'm surprised. I'm like, Big Mo would have probably shot him after that whole like his speech to her, talking about some family. Like, say your sister. The moment he said your sister, I'm surprised he just like, pop. I was like, keep my sister's name out your mouth. Shout out to Will Smith. You know,
I feel Big Mo should just cut off fucking Eugene's head as soon as he shows up. Like once he gets out the hospital and he's like, Big Mo, can you just shoot him in the head, cut the head off, put it in a box, and send it to Gina and be like, I'm sorry for all this bullshit. Because everything I do, this little motherfucker just don't listen. And all he does is cause problems. Like,
but this wasn't his fault though. It wasn't his fault that this happened. He was on his way out of town.
But he's still out of town. Yeah, but let's be real. This dude is bad luck. Okay, he's bad luck for everyone. So he should just go. Like if I was Big Mo, I'd be like, you know what? You're right. It ain't your fault, but you gotta die, little nigga. Like, and then man. And why isn't the crooked cop dead? And what I mean by that is this. Clearly, he lied to Jimmy Baxter, saying, "Oh, we got Eugene. We got that kid." Yeah, when they went to the autopsy thing. So now that they found his real, I'm sorry, you beat up your Scottish Hitchman, but you should have killed that cop. That cop should be dead in the next episode. For lying, because Eugene's now on the look. I don't know, because Eugene's not dead. We know this. Like Eugene, if anything, he did it in front of people, so he got shot. Somebody's going to like take him to cover, nurse him to full health.
No, he's in the hospital. It's in the preview. He's in the
preview.
That preview was funny as I don't know what, because they called Charlie and Charlie's like, "Yeah, Eugene is alive. I don't know why you calling me. That's a you kind of problem."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, but the whole fact that he's still alive, I mean, that cop should just be murdered. He should die. Like he should be executed at that point.
Yeah.
So, I didn't say a whole lot when y'all were talking because it's just this episode was some bullshit. Like Michael, I don't know. Michael should sue the police department. Like, how you said you got nothing on him and you still had him in cuffs, and she did the whole oops thing.
Oh, that's right.
No, dude, no, that's a lawsuit.
So wait a minute,
you can't do that.
But remember, no one even knows what he went to jail for the first time. In fact, he had to confess. Like this police, to your point, Chris, this police department is so incompetent. They didn't even figure out that his wife was actually murdered by someone, right? Like they never solved that crime. Then they fucking couldn't figure out who killed the Baxter kid. Like he had to do all that investigating, and then he had to confess. If it wasn't for his confession, everybody would have got away with this shit. So like these cops are truly incompetent. I was like, damn it. They just need to hire the mother-in-law, because apparently she can break any case. Between the mother-in-law and fucking Mike, they can bring Rico on the fucking whole Baxter family. They can just be like, hey, we investigated it, we figured this shit out. All y'all going to jail. Show's over. Like she could walk into fucking Gina and be like, you're a mother, I'm a mother. Tell me what crimes you committed. She's gonna be like, you know what? It's funny you should bring that up. Exactly. I killed the fucking Eugene's whole family. Like I did that shit. It's like, thank you, mother. She
should walk up to Fia and be like, you're a mother, I'm a mother, you're Catholic. It's like, you know what? You're right. I am Catholic. I'm no longer atheist. You're right. Like, damn it. God damn it. That's that grandmother magic. That's
great grandmother. What's
great grandmother? Yeah.
She's gonna walk up to Gina and say, you know, I'm a mother, you're a mother. She's gonna say, oh, you're the one person grief group that I've always needed. Let me tell you everything.
What happened to the grief counseling shit? Like that went nowhere. I thought they were gonna come back to that. Damn this.
No, it served her. No, I thought she said when she went the second time, she said something like, did she like thank him, or basically said like, no, she's all about revenge. Like she had like an epiphany. Like she was like, oh, that's no, I'm all about revenge. I think that was the moment she did that. I think it was like she wasn't going to go back. I think she realized like, no, I'm all about revenge. I know who I am. You know,
I need Mike to go back to the prison rodeo. That's why I need this last episode to be. I just need him riding the bull.
I can't believe that was real.
That's how I need it to end. I need him to be like, I don't have a life anymore. I'm just gonna ride this bull until I die. He's gonna be just riding, just like, yeehaw, just something. Because like I'm tired of all this shit.
No, it's gonna, you know, it's gonna be like one of them TV sitcoms where the last episode, we're gonna see that this is all just thoughts that he had in his mind while he was sitting at that table at the rodeo.
Oh, that's good. He actually died. Actually, the bull hit him, and he was bleeding to death this whole time. And all this was just a big dream before.
Or is he in purgatory? Is it like Lost or something like that? Like what's going on here?
From is a good show.
Or is it like From? Or like From, right?
Fuck you, Chris. Yeah. From's a good show. I want Adam to walk up and
only Eugene leaves the town.
I want Robin and Adam to pick up Mike from the ground in the rodeo, and they all just walk off into the great beyond, because now they're all together again. And he don't even care that she was banging every black man she get her hands on. Like, it don't even matter. I was like, man, I'm sorry. I just love the fact that she was getting it. Like, at least for a couple of dudes. Well, we'll see how it goes.
Maybe same time.
As far as like what Chris said with the priest, I look at this episode and I look at like it was approved by like the
Catholic Church
archdiocese, or it's like an after school movie, because it's like everything, all crimes failed. It's like it has a moral and everything. You touch drugs, you die. Yeah, if revenge is not the answer, let the person who killed your family go. Show forgiveness. It was like everything that was supposed to be bad ended up having some sort of moral at the end to it. I'm like, I must say that the story that Marco Margolis gave, that is one of the best stories I've heard, like as far as like a lecture, or I forgot about the monologue that a character is given in a show, as far as about the stealing and all that type of stuff. And yeah, that was a very good monologue, just in writing.
I mean, he's a good actor. Again, just his supposed physical intimidation of Jimmy was too much. Like, I was like, this is not believable in any way. And I'm like,
he should just be given a gun. Just give him a gun. I mean, it don't matter if you're 95. You give Betty, RIP to Betty White, but if Betty White had a gun or whatnot before, like everyone would be scared. I'm like, right. Oh damn, a golden girl got a gun on me. Like you know what I mean? He
was like, look here, I'm gonna walk up to you and shake. And I was like, stop it.
Thank you for being a friend.
I think if they wouldn't have made him touch him, it would have been okay. You know what I mean? Like, because it was not believable that you're like trying to him this man who is at least 20 years younger than you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and 20 pounds, at least 20 pounds bigger. Like,
yeah. So I was like, if he wouldn't have touched him, then it would have been like, okay. But we know Jimmy's not really scared of him. He just doesn't want to deal with he's scared of Gia. He's scared of his wife.
I think he's scared. He has those daddy issues that he says. That's why I think he couldn't confront him directly.
Jimmy's definitely scared of her father. Both of them. I was scared of both his wife and his father-in-law. I think, to be honest, to your point about him being so frail, how he was able to do that, I think part of Jimmy let him do that, like let him kind of push on the wall, because he knew he was not going to fight back against that man, because if he fought back, he's gonna get all Italy on him. Well, okay, yes, even Gina was like in a different town. I'm pretty sure that he was still freaking scared shitless of her father as well. Like, you know what I mean? Let's not pretend like he's only his wife. Like, nah, he's scared. Nah, he's scared of his father as well. It's the whole line. You know what I mean? And I feel like, and that's why he didn't fight back. I mean, he was it's just, I don't know. I felt like that was part of the reason why he kind of just let him push him on the thing. I think he's obviously stronger than his father-in-law, but he didn't fight back because of, he was just kind of scared of the repercussions of him fighting back. So,
but you don't see
he took it out on his guy, on his homie.
But there's no people behind the father.
That's what I'm saying
anymore. Like, the father is not. He's an old mobster, right? He doesn't have the same powers that he used to have, right? So that's why he's even going through Jimmy, like the whole deal with the New York thing and whatever. Yeah, but those guys are old, right? It's not, he doesn't even have the same, he's scared of Gina. I mean, what's her name? Gina. He's scared of what the repercussions will be of his wife if he fucks with the dad.
I don't know. I don't believe that he doesn't have no power.
That's her father too.
I don't know. No, I mean,
I don't
what
think
I'm
he's scared of
saying
him.
is there's no way that he does not have still any power. If that's the case, they wouldn't even introduce him. They clearly introduced him in this season to show the strength and like the strength of her family. You know what I mean? Which means yes, she's strong, but her family is strong as well. So I don't think they didn't introduce him for nothing just to do that. If that was the case, to your point, they would have just kind of continued to have Gina just kind of bitch him all the time. You see what I'm saying?
It's the same dynamic that you saw in the episode. He's irrelevant, just like Carlo is irrelevant, because he didn't need to be. Jimmy didn't need to be in that meeting because what was going to happen is still going to happen, whether he approves it or not. The father-in-law approved of it with the ports. He said, "I used to run it. You don't have what it takes to do it. So this is the way it's gonna go, right?" He told Carlo, "You'll get the next meeting." Like, no, you don't need to be here. He's only there for show. He's an earner. He doesn't have what it takes to protect the family. So he's only good for show, for like, doing the legit stuff, putting up the hotels and being a figurehead, but he doesn't have what it takes to be the muscle and have the protection.
But to Chris's point,
we'll see. I feel like there's going to be people behind him. I think. I mean, but they should have showed.
They should have showed the people behind the father to be like their muscle. Like he should have a guard security system or something to be like, look, if you fuck with me, these guys are gonna come at you. Even Tony Soprano had a crew, so you physically saw them. If you do something to one, the rest of the crew is gonna come get you. Daddy's just walking around by himself,
and so that's what I'm saying. Because even in the Sopranos, the older mobsters, right? They always had people with them. Yeah. They had other security. This guy, I'm
talking about the folks in Italy. I'm talking about
that power. He doesn't have the power that he used to have.
Not in the US, but like, for example, just like we talked about in the last show about like taking 20 million from Colombia. So like, oh well, there ain't no Colombians here, but motherfuckers can take a freaking plane and come down and just rain the freaking hell on you. Like, and I feel like the same thing with the Italians. Yeah, he only came by himself to the US. But I don't know. I feel like this show is going to set up other Italians showing up. You know what I mean?
They already have. I'm like, the way he called the people from New York, the same way he called the people from New York, if something happens to him, Gina calls the same people or some other people, and then they come and get rid of Jimmy. Well, it's just a phone call away.
In other shows, even Godfather, they say that like if he was said the family, I'm here to represent the families in the old country. They usually say that kind of shit. So there is someone in the back there that can be called. But he still needs Jimmy to sign off on this deal. Like he's trying to push him into it, but it's still Jimmy's deal. Like he was like, look, we're gonna talk Jimmy's about deal. It. So he's trying to facilitate, but in the end, Jimmy makes a decision. But then to everybody's point, Gina is so he's like, if I get Gina to get on board, then she will make sure Jimmy makes a decision.
Oh, of course.
But they should do better showing that there's some families behind Daddy.
Right.
It's not. They have not done that. They have not done that. Yeah. So if they do that, then maybe there's some more muscle that we just haven't seen that's there that can be called upon. But they haven't established that. It's just the old father-in-law.
To your point about Carlo being irrelevant, one of the things I want to see is like now that he's in a hospital, I want there to be a scene where like maybe him and Eugene are in the same hospital, and then like they point at each other and they're in a wheelchair and they're just like moving their wheelchair towards each other and just like I want to see like a little cripple fight. I want to see, you know what I mean? But like
this is going to be a repeat of last season when like Kofi was like going to like the infirmary or whatever, and you thought it was going to happen there and whatnot. It's going to be like they're going to be in the same hospital. Yeah, it's going to be like
Kofi. Yeah,
that was hard. But I mean, Eugene ain't gonna do shit. I mean, he knows why he should kill Carlo. He did not. I don't see.
You know what? No, I tell you, they're doing this typical. Like this whole thing they do in TV shows where it's like, I spare your life, right? Until you piss me off and then boom. And then now I kill. I feel like that's what they're going to do with this show. Y'all know damn well. Carlos will catch a bullet. Eugene will do that. Like anytime like they spare the bad guy's life and all of a sudden they walk away and then the guy all of a sudden miraculously comes up and they pull a gun and then they turn around. Like the end of Bad Boys for one. They let the dude like Like they do this in everything. They do
Tell
this. They
me
spare the
one
guy's
thing.
life.
Tell me one thing.
Jet Li, and Lethal Weapon 3. Like they do this everything. Like I'll spare your life, and I'm walk away. Like why'd you have me make me do this? Why'd you have me do this? Like this is what's going to happen with Eugene.
Right.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's still, I'm not saying it's smart, and I'm telling you like he should have done it here, but you come on. I'm telling you, I'm putting money on it. It's like he's going to get a third chance.
Right.
I'm telling you.
He's gonna put some fentanyl up in Carlos IV.
Wow.
That would if somehow Carlos
Because they keep making a point of
girlfriend.
talking about this fentanyl, and I'm like, it can't just be peripheral. A main character has to die off this.
Have you seen this show, Jemani? No, we saw a man we watched our video. We saw a man take a piss, and they focused on the
That's
urine.
right.
And that went to nothing.
That's right. He didn't flush his toilet either, did he?
That dog.
That's
That
right.
was just the same director that must have been shooting the patient or something, because that's
that dog.
And then he pet Django.
Evidence to send fucking Mike to jail for a life, and nothing happened. I was like, this dog is gonna put Mike in jail. Like every episode, he was like, here's the keys. Here's the photo of fucking Adam killing that kid. Here's the blood. I'm like, God damn! Like,
that dog literally was like the roadmap to everything.
Yo,
he was finding T-shirts and
I'm like, what else do you want me to do? I'm trying
to
put
that
my
little blood in the wash.
What else?
Yeah, remember that? Yeah.
They're like, oh,
you just need to call that dog Scooby Doo.
Yo, Velma. Anyway, all right.
Him and Blackie should have their own show together. You know,
Yo.
what I mean, they go around solving mysteries. You know.
Oh
shit!
Yeah, but Blackie would he would intimidate.
Yeah, Blackie would be the muscle
lad.
man.
Blackie's
the muscle man. He's the muscle.
There you
He's
go.
the muscle. Django will be like Monk. Django will be like you know what I mean. He'll be the Sherlock, and you know
the lighter dog.
Yeah, exactly. He'll be the one with sense, and of course they make him light. You're right. Yeah.
Hey, Spencer for Hire. He'd be like Spencer for Hire, right? And Hawk, like Blackie.
Wow.
I was like, that was a good show. Anyway, all right, Stacey. Anything else?
Oh, I have one more comment.
Okay.
Bad parenting. We didn't discuss this. Specifically, bad godparenting. You had a couple hours to spend with your godchild. You call a random thought to come over to smash, and then you leave her with the baby for hours.
I could see that. And let me tell you why. Because most guys, especially talking about young guys who don't have no sense or whatnot, a lot of young guys, like, for example, when I was much younger and when my cousin had her baby or whatnot, when she left me alone with that baby, I was scared shitless. In my head, I was thinking like, holy shit, is there a woman? Can a woman please enter the room? Because I feel like women have better instincts than me. I didn't know. I'm just saying.
Here we go.
As me as 19 years old, I thought that, and I was scared shitless with a baby because I'm thinking like, oh crap, he might be like Humpty Dumpty, and I accidentally drop him, and then he like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I was scared shitless. So I could see how someone like him, even though being dumb as hell, young, dumb, and full of cum, all of a sudden be like, hey, you're a woman. Yeah. Just watch him.
Well,
So
no, she's talking about the fucking first. Like whether
he didn't bring her over there for moral support. He didn't bring her over there because he couldn't figure out how to feed the baby or birth the baby.
No.
Oh, not initially.
Or make the baby.
But that's what it turned
into. He brought
into.
her over there specifically.
Yeah.
For smashing.
To keep him entertained until his family got back. Like the one time he had to babysit his
that would have made sense if he had brought the baby with him, right? And he just Eugene decided not to kill him because the baby was in the car seat in the back. That would have made sense.
That would have been good. That would have been good.
They should have killed. That would have been good. They should have killed that baby. I'm sick of that baby.
Damn.
Then where's the Adam link? But then the Adam link would be gone, Stacey.
Everything is about Adam.
I didn't like Adam either, so
yeah, we wanted Adam dead a long time ago. But Chris, anything else before we
go? This was episode 6, right? So I am hoping that this new plot that they have now with the wife cheating and being shot, I'm hoping they kind of make it some. I mean, that obviously it's not going to be worthwhile, but I'm hoping that it's someone at least like kind of entertaining in the sense that it's not just like all of it is just like more of like they just wrote on the fly. I know they're already kind of doing that already with who she was cheating on, but I just hope they don't kind of keep going down that same hole. I don't know. Like, I mean, Eugene's alive. Someone needs to pay for the fact that they essentially lied. The cop just lied about it. And yeah, I don't know. The whole thing, like, look, the whole thing with even with Big Mo, I'm kind of over it. Like, even with her, like in the sense of like her and her club or whatnot, I'm just not. I used to care, but I don't care anymore with the whole thing about her operation in the sense, and I think it's more of the writer's fault in the sense that they keep staying away from her story and kind of focusing so much on like other bullshit stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that they can, I don't know, maybe expand a little bit on that. I did find it kind of weird that when they were upset and Big Mo was like, what happened or whatnot, I knew it was because they're going to find out that car like overturned and, you know, someone didn't come back and found out it was something about Eugene, like not getting on that bus or something. And I was like, no, balloon. No, my little brother took a balloon or whatever. So, but whatever. I guess the word didn't get out just yet about the whole dropping the kid off at the bus. I guess. Yeah, just, I mean, writing just needs to improve overall, in my opinion. So that's it.
Good points. Kim, please.
Yeah, I just need this story. Well, I just need the season to end. Like, hurry up. Because it's just going in so many directions. Like, I just don't. I don't know what it doesn't make. I mean, I know that they're going on this new adventure, but it's like a little too late. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what? Why is Eugene still alive? Like, not that I'm saying kill a kid, but kill a kid, right? Like
this one.
Yeah, just let it go. But just let it go. Let that storyline drop because it's not a necessary storyline anymore, right? Mm. And then even Big Mo's storyline. Why is this a storyline? You know what I mean? Like she's like something they just threw in there. She's the drug deal, so let's throw her in there because it's Louisiana, and we have to have somebody Black selling drugs within this whole story. Why? Right? So yeah, I'm just ready for it to be over. Because now that they know, the thing is too, they didn't even drag out who Robin's killer was. We know who Robin's killer is. So now what? What?
Seeking justice, bringing dirty cop to justice, and then the other dirty cops are somehow going to come out the woodwork and I don't know. So
do you know how long
that makes no sense.
They said years to get dirty cops off of the street, like years. Remember we did that show, the one about the Baltimore cops and stuff. It took years to get all those guys off the street.
We own the city.
Yeah, we own the city. I'm like, this is ridiculous. If you think that all of a sudden now, because they reopened this case, they're gonna go ahead and shut down all the dirty cops in Louisiana in that precinct. What? I mean, this guy, he's shooting little kids where other people can actually see him. I just want it to be done. I mean, I'll continue to watch it, of course. I love Bryan Cranston. I love him. And I love the woman who plays his mother-in-law. I think she's a really good actress. So I'll enjoy watching them. But other than that, it's a struggle.
I got you.
It really is. Oh, and I like Jimmy Baxter. I like him as an actor. I do. Yeah. His wife, Gina, I mean, I've seen her in a lot of things. I just don't like her as Gina. I like her in stuff I've seen previously. I don't like this actress playing this Italian woman. Like, couldn't you have gotten an actual Italian person to play this woman? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just throw a dark wig on her and say, be Italian. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I do.
Yeah, like Al Pacino in The Hunters playing
that's a whole different level.
German.
That's a whole different level. That's a whole different. That was insulting. Like that's not this. this is just odd. I mean, this is odd.
Yeah,
But that
it's just let people why there's so many people they could have hired that are Italian to play this man's wife that could have gave the same, performance. You know what I'm saying?
Her father's not even really Italian. Is not Italian in real life either. Her father, the guy who plays her father, is Jewish. So.
Yeah, but he's been playing Italian so long. It's like Al Pacino. It's like just like Al Pacino.
Well, he plays a lot. Italian. He plays that and like someone from. He plays Cuban. He played
Puerto Rican.
He played everything.
He's like that dude from New Zealand, like from the dude who was that Hispanic gangster in Training Day, and then he played
the Kiwi. Yeah.
And then he played a black dude at one point and some other thing. I was like, okay, he's everything. Yeah, so that's gonna be The Rock. The Rock is gonna be Italian next. Okay, just saying.
Good Lord.
Spoiler alert.
That's Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel is actually Italian.
Yeah, he is Italian.
Half Italian. So
he only played Italian once.
Because he talks about family so much, you got to assume he's Italian. Jesus Christ. God damn.
I mean, but he doesn't talk about the fact that he's black. He just talks about the fact that he's Italian.
Because he's
Because he's part black. But it's still, it doesn't matter that you're part of anything. If it's a part of you, why wouldn't you talk about it? Why do you?
He's not. He's not.
Kim, do you use that same energy? Do you use that same energy when Obama just keeps talking about his black side, but he don't talk about his white side? Are you using that same?
No,
energy?
actually, Obama does talk about his white side, because remember he talks about being raised by his grandparents who were racist, and he had to actually. How hard is that to live with people who you love and know that they were racist?
Yeah. He only brings that up in February. I mean, like, it's like
he wrote several books about it.
Yeah. So, okay, this is the whole of the video.
Jamani.
Yeah, totally off topic. Anywho, somebody else go.
All right, Jamani,
I'm done.
All right, so that didn't make any sense when they are confronting this KJ, and they say, "Tell us who did it. Your name will never come up. Will never have anything to do with it." He murdered them in front of you. How would your name not come up
in the investigation? When the official investigation starts, that's what you're saying.
I'm like, it happened in front of you. You're the only eyewitness. How would it?
All right.
It didn't make any sense whatsoever. Like,
that's a good point.
But this show, as I said, is like, Home Improvement with the whole Wilson thing. It's how we saw him get arrested and everything like that. There's so many things that happen on camera, and then there's so much that happens off camera, and it's hard to put the two together, because how exactly? All right, so Rosie Perez says there's something else you have to do. We don't know what that is, right? She already has talked to Nancy and has told her, like when they were at the gun range, I need you to help me with something. And then they cut away. And then, which leads to they're sort of working together now. I'm like, when did their relationship start? Because that happened before the drunken driver or the person with the DUI came into the precinct.
Yeah.
So what was the purpose of them working together if there wasn't any setup for what ended up eventually happening? Because she didn't actually arrest him, send him back to jail. He's still out walking free.
Yeah.
So she just wanted to question him. What is the purpose of this?
Hopefully this will be revealed. I do not know. You do have a point. This doesn't make any sense. Well, without Rosie Perez, the reporter lover would have came up anyway, because the cop was already looking into Robin's death. So the Rosie Perez had nothing to do with that, and so this would have happened anyway. I mean, in that sense.
And I'm like, why does she need Michael to? What did he do? Like, Jimmy Baxter's still around, living his best life, operating. what exactly did she need him for? What did he do? What did it accomplish?
So Charlie now is the cooperative witness who's trying to get the Baxters into this RICO situation. So now that did not get addressed in this episode, but that's the situation. So now Charlie's the one that's supposed to be helping out with that situation.
So we know that he's gonna get funding from the New York mafia. How exactly we're gonna wait multiple years for this place to be built for them to then be taken down? Like, how is this supposed to come together and end in 4 episodes? It doesn't seem like this seems like something that's gonna happen over like the next 5 seasons. Not 4 episodes.
That's not gonna happen. But I mean, they'll figure it out. I mean, I think one good deal, if they sign a deal saying I commit, Jimmy signs the deal saying I'm allowing this organization, which Rosie Perez knows is an Italian mob front, to provide money for the project. Now you've tied that family with the ongoing criminal enterprise, and then they can take them down. I mean, if they even continue down the storyline, that's how they're gonna do it. They just need them to acknowledge a business relationship on paper, and then they got them.
Oh, so
that's all they can achieve, man. I mean, to your point, that's all they can achieve right now. So that's it. Like once they get,
it doesn't even matter about them getting the ports. Why are we hearing them argue about the ports? There's going to be drugs coming in, but they're not going to stay in the city. And I'm like, so does this have anything to do with the fentanyl that's already out on the streets? That's bad.
No, that's a whole other storyline. Like so Big Mo's drug problem, the wire or whatever's going on. The wire implies cops are even looking at that, so that's not even a good example. So fucking the BMF situation going on with Big Mo is a whole separate story from the fucking port thing, because they're gonna be moving women as the father-in-law pointed out. That's a whole other problem. So Big Mo's just doing her own shit. Fucking the Baxters are doing their own shit, and Eugene's the only thing tying those 2 storylines together. And then Rocco Adam is the only thing tying all these families together. So when that baby dies in a car accident, everybody's gonna be like, we're just going our separate ways, and then we just have the end of this show. But I don't know what else to tell you. Like this,
are we gonna get to the end and there's gonna be cartel Mexicans against Italian mafia? Is it? Are we just gonna skip the middlemen and just get to that?
They're gonna put a wire in the baby's crib, and they're gonna put the baby in the middle of the fucking final meet, and then so Rocco Adam will be the ultimate snitch that gets his whole family arrested, because they're all gonna be in there talking about their international crime RICO situation, and then Rosie Perez is gonna pick up the baby and be like, all y'all under arrest because we got it all on tape, and it's all gonna come back to Rocco Adam. Boom. Then Fia drives off with the priest, because now he's not a priest anymore, and somehow they're a couple, and they're going to drive off with the baby. Then Adam's fucking lover's sister's teacher is going to pop up, because she's already had her baby. So now Rocco Adam has a half brother, and then they're going to be a family. Bam. There you go.
Okay. So they're just not going to take
Lil
the
Mo
last
takes
episode
over Big Mo's spot. Lil Mo winds up actually being the actual head boss of all Desire, even though he got kicked out or some shit. They'll get him back in.
Yeah.
No, they're just gonna take the show like all shows that don't make any fucking sense. And the last episode, everything's gonna come together. The cop is gonna get caught. What's her name? Costello or whatever. She's dirty in some kind of way, so she's gonna get caught. And then Brian Cranston and the mother-in-law are gonna be with Fia and the baby in the last scene of the episode. Yep.
They're gonna
play Journey. Baptism going to be a red wedding? Is everybody just gonna die?
Oh, all right. Okay. I like that.
Hey.
That's it.
I don't know about that. Maybe they'll play some Journey, like play some like Don't Stop Believing, and then just fades to black, and we just don't know what happened.
God.
Or it could be like Godfather, whoever's not at the baptism dies outside of the church. Like you just see it, like how the Godfather had the baptism and everything.
Yes. We got to see, bro. We got 4 more episodes. I don't fucking know. But What's up?
Wasn't that Colombian was supposed to come back? Come back. Who the one was talking to Big Mo?
Yeah. So
where was he?
So so he's off camera, but Big Mo was like, we gotta get the money together so we can pay said Colombian. So I guess next episode.
Yeah, because she made a payment plan with a Colombian cartel. What?
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes tons of sense.
K9. We see how this works.
God damn, that never works out.
That never ever happens. No.
Jesus Christ, someone's head's gonna be on top of a turtle.
Her lover is good. She's gonna open up the bar and she's gonna find the head in the piano or something like that.
It's gonna be her lover.
Damn.
Her lover.
Yeah.
No. They're gonna take her lover's like her actual throat out and be like, it's like the bitch won't be able to sing now, will she? Like or something. It's gonna be something sadistic.
Gina's gonna do that. Once she finds out that Big Mo was helping out Eugene and lied to her. We already said that the lover's it's gonna be Gina. Gina will take care of the lover, and then that will bring Big Mo into the fights. And we will see. But anyway, that's the video, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching, hanging out with us. We will be doing double cross because we got to. It's just hilarious. Tomorrow, what do we got? We got Godfather of Harlem, Mayor of Kingstown, and we will be discussing Velma, that masterpiece of animation. And what does it mean to us and to society? So we'll get to all that. So I will see, and we're doing episodes 5 and 6 of Godfather of Harlem tomorrow. Make sure your apps are working, and we will be addressing those.
They were working, David.
Excuse me. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, they were working.
They were working, Mr. Apple.
I
got an apple. I don't
have Apple. So.
I know, right?
I was like, no. It's all people like, oh, dude, I'm waiting for next episode. It's like, all right, see you, buddy. But anyway, we'll see. Hopefully they'll drop both episodes. Wait, they won't. Because
No.
like y'all said, technically episode 5 was supposed to air, so tomorrow should just be episode 5.
Correct.
Gotcha. So we won't be talking about episode 5 tomorrow.
It's the 19th, right?
Yeah. So we're gonna be talking about episode 5. So I will just wait for y'all to catch up, and then we will see how we're gonna talk together. It was you'll see. It ain't much. I mean, I didn't say it ain't much. But so don't get your hopes up too much. But we'll see it. Ladies, I will see you.